Yeah, buddy, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Unapologetic Sports. It's your favorite uncle in the building, Lee Ice, and I got my brother, my sidekick, the fly guy. Yeah, it was low again this week.
I know. I gotta get it turned up to. I'm about to re-record it.
It's the fly guy, Flyin Brian, y'all. What's going on, man?
What's up, Lee Ice?
Man, another great graphic by the fly guy. It gets
Yeah, I made a
better and
bunch of
better.
them. I made a bunch of them this morning. Again, like different ideas or different themes will just pop in. Because like when you go to create one, it'll recommend something like it'll say colors or something. So I did
We
ice,
need someone
but
to
I did.
make some t-shirts for us, man. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
Always
I
looking
mean
good.
yeah, these are just AI generated things. It's not and then we do need some kind of T-shirt. People that
Yeah.
anybody watching it knows what this is. This a old T-shirt from an old game called Double Dragon 3. It's good
Uh,
stuff.
I'm representing my favorite movie of
Yeah,
all time.
Scarface, another good one.
Yeah. I've probably seen that. I'm not lying. I've probably seen it 100 times or more.
You know,
And
it's
every
funny.
time I watch it, it's like I've never seen it before.
I don't think I've ever sat down and watched it from beginning to end, but I've seen every scene of it multiple times. I just have never sat, turned it on, watched it from beginning to end.
I watch if it's on. Oh, I'm not turning. I'm watching it until the end.
For me,
Watching it
that's
till the end.
yeah. For me, that movie's Jaws. It's my favorite. I've
That
seen
was
it.
on the other night. Jaws was
Was
on
it?
the other night. Hmm.
Yeah. There's so they do a thing. We'll get to sports in 1 second. Well, they do a thing in Amity not Amity Island. That's the name of the fake town, but in it skips Martha's Vineyard is what's it called. Where every year when the movie comes out came out, they set a big giant screen up and you sit in the water where the movie was filmed and you watch the movie on a giant screen. So I'm thinking of
What's your favorite line from Jaws?
well, the
You
line
got a
is
favorite?
we're going to need a bigger boat.
That was it. That's mine.
But
You're
my
gonna
actually
need
favorite line is a little bit before that, where he says, "Slower hedge. I can go slower hedge. Come down here and chum some of this shit." And then the shark pops up, and then he goes in and says the line. So,
you're gonna need a bigger boat.
but we got a lot of sports to cover. We got things to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
Let's thank everybody for tuning in last week's show, and thank everybody for tuning in this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing whatever you're going through. Like I always say, you had a hard day at work. Come chill with us. You're not getting along with your significant other. Come chill with us. Kids getting on your nerves. Come chill with us. The dog won't play with you, or the dog might be getting on your nerves. Come chill with us. I ain't gonna say the cat, because cats are chill. Cats will never get on your nerves. So if you don't get along with a cat, it's you.
It must be
All
me
right,
then.
man. You ready to get things started?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what you? Yeah,
So I got it. I'm debuting a brand new cup. So this is a real. It's a real. It's looking like a red solo, but it's a real cup. It'll be.
nice. Where'd you get it from?
Mama Sweeney, she finds this stuff everywhere. She looks on the internet for things for Buffalo, Rams, Steelers, and Commanders to have for when we watch football. We have plates, we have all kinds of stuff. But
Oh
she
wow!
found these. I think we all have them. She
Shout
told me to
out
have
to
it for the
Mama.
show because you can see the logo. So,
Shout out to Mama Sweeney. I got to come over and eat something off of Commander's plate and drink something out of Commander's cup.
and then
Let's go. Let's get it started.
Brian Jr.'s girlfriend is from she goes to Maryland University, so we have
Mm.
Maryland Terps plates too.
Oh wow! Got the whole thing covered. Who's the Steeler fan?
Uh, her sister, she comes over too, and then we
Oh,
got his brother's a Dallas fan, but he doesn't always come. But my dad will not allow her to buy Dallas stuff, so we wouldn't have one of those
hell,
anyway.
not even Dallas Cowboy toilet paper. We don't want nothing.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Real quick funny story because it goes to sports. One Christmas, uh, we were over at his mom's house, all his brothers and sisters, and she's a big yard sale was a big yard sale person, and she bought Eagles sweatpants at a yard sale and gave it to my dad, and he like caused a like he was like angry, and she didn't understand. She's like, "It's football. You'll wear it." He's like, "I won't wear it. I won't wear it. It's the Eagles." And then she was getting upset, and then his brother's like, "No, he can't wear those. He can't wear those." She didn't understand, obviously, but
Yeah. She grew. She learned. She learned. She learned. Ladies, we love our team to the end. I'm telling you, we do. Don't ever question our love for a team. Just accept it and move on. All right, that's one-on-one football one-on-one from Lee Ice to all you ladies. Let your man love his team, and everything will be all right. All right, what we got on tap?
All right, so we got a few things to cover. So our topic for this week, so we're gonna keep it little basic this week. We're gonna have Matty Ice and Josh on next week for Puck You and Basketball 101 finals and the Stanley Cup will both start next week. So we're gonna have them on. We'll get all that covered next week. Obviously,
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about the Knicks in a minute. So we're just gonna have a. So we're gonna talk about with the Knicks winning. We're talking about sports teams and fans and players. What meaning? What winning a title would mean for them, and that's a good topic for me to talk about. So we're going to cover that in the body of the show, but let's get to a few things. Let's get the sad stuff out of the way. I don't know if you're probably not a NASCAR fan, but I know you know who Kyle Busch is. Even if you're not a NASCAR fan, obviously you
Right.
know who Kyle Busch is. He's one of the biggest names of the last 20, 25 years, one of the top racers in the sport. He was top 10 in wins, still racing. He's won, I believe, two championships. I think it might have been released today, or I saw what he actually died from. So he was only
Something like
41.
a severe case of he had pneumonia or something, and it
Yeah,
turned into
so
something else.
third in the septus. So that hits home for me because 4 years ago I was told by a doctor after I pulled through I was days away from dying from pneumonia and
Ooh,
COVID.
dang.
When I was hospitalized after I was cured of my lymphoma. We've talked about that kind of stuff on the show before.
Mm.
I got a real bad case of pneumonia and COVID, and I was again. My doctor had told me after they figured out a way to fix me that I was very close to death. So it's a very scary thing. He was getting ready for the race on Sunday, and then they tweeted or something that he wasn't going to make the race because he was going in the hospital, and then 6 hours later they announced he had passed away. So
That is
it's
that's
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy, man. That is so crazy.
Right. So we got yeah, so Manny Fernandez did pass away. That was yesterday. I didn't pull the picture for him. Uh Dolphin, right? Was he a Dolphin?
Yeah, number 75 for
Yeah.
the no name defense. Um, yeah, he was for a team that didn't have no names. He was one of the popular ones. I remember watching old NFL films with it. He had the mustache, the stash. So
Yeah, I saw when I saw the picture. Again, the names sound familiar. You know, obviously he passed away. We're not gonna make jokes, but it's Dolphin. I don't pay attention too much to that.
he
So
also had the name. Well, there was a famous is a wrestler named Manny Fernandez, the Raging
right.
Bull.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. He's probably I think he's passed away, but and then so we got just a couple comments about Kyle Busch and the sickness. The sepsis can kill quickly. I give a PSA on it to help people, so that's great. So that's from Matty Ice. I'm just going. Yes, Ricardo, you were on the same and a pro wrestler. Talk about Fernandez, and then he also said, "I can make tumblers for y'all. Any sport team you want. We can. We'll put that in back pocket. Maybe we can talk to him about that. That sounds cool." And then so we got comments coming in. Uh,
Bring him in, y'all. We love the comments.
yeah. Okay. So it's the same guy. Okay. They were.
No, it's
So
not. It's
it's
not
not
the
so
same
good.
guy. It's not the same guy. Growing up, I thought it was the same guy, and I was like, it's not the same guy. Two different Manny Fernandez. As a matter of fact, I don't even think the wrestler. I don't think that was his real name.
Oh,
I'm
that's probably.
sure. I'm sure the human Google will find
Yeah,
that out.
he's in the chat.
I'm sure he's gonna find that out.
Yeah, my dad would know from that era. He said it's not too. So, all right. So, we try to talk MMA on this show. I'm a big MMA fan, but you wanted to talk about MMA.
No,
Uh,
well. I'll probably talk about it later. Hint, hint.
that's fine, but just in case so people have some context when it comes up later on, there was
Yeah.
a freak show card. I don't honestly,
Hmm.
I don't know much about it. I saw highlights of what happened after, obviously. So for those people that maybe recognize the name, so Menzel, that'd be old Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, the guy he's
Mm.
fighting, I don't know. And then Ray J of Kim Kardashian fame fought a guy named Super Hot Fire, which is a viral video on YouTube that was probably went viral 12, 15 years ago of them mocking rap battles. And that was his name in the rap battle. He was Super Hot Fire. It's actually hilarious if you look it up. Look up Super Hot Fire. Just Google that on YouTube. It'll come up. But apparently they had this massive, not massive, I say that in air quotes, MMA card. And Super Hot Fire apparently knocked out Ray J pretty brutally. And so, like you said, you're gonna cover that in maybe a segment in a few minutes. But
Yeah. Mm. I I don't get it. Hey,
it's funny.
it's
I didn't
money.
because I follow. Obviously, I'm the MMA guy, so my algorithms on Facebook and stuff, that stuff would come to me, and I didn't know anything about this card until he got knocked out. So I don't know if it's just a local thing that just went viral after he got knocked out or whatever, and Manziel, because even with this freak show stuff and all this kind of stuff, I usually hear about this stuff, and I didn't know anything about it. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
know what.
didn't. I mean, I didn't know they was gonna fight until, like I said, got knocked out too. It was like
Yeah,
Ray J gets knocked out. I'm like, what? You know, because first when you see shit like that, first thing coming to mind is it AI? Emmanuel Fernandez is his real. See, didn't I tell you? I told you. The human Google will come through.
they said
Always.
Lance Stevenson choked out Michael Beasley.
Mm.
I mean, I know they like
Mm.
I know like Michael Westbrook is. I mean, these guys have done this, but it's usually boxing. It wasn't
Yeah, but
usually
Michael
MMA.
Westbrook was doing it serious. You know, he took
Yeah,
it serious.
and obviously, you've had Greg Hardy. He was actually in the UFC, and you've had different stuff like that. But yeah,
And then
this
Herschel
was
Walker tried to.
Herschel Walker fought on what was it, either Strike Force or Elite XC at the time, which was secondary promotion, but they were pretty good at the time. Yeah, but again, they were all setup fights. They were. I mean, not
Man,
that the guy.
Michael
They were
Westbrook.
just. Yeah, Michael Westbrook. I remember that.
I'm probably the only Michael Westbrook fan there is in the world.
My
That
dad
guy could
liked
have
him
been
at one
something.
time. I don't know if how much. I don't know if that changed as the years went on, but I remember him being a topic in the household a lot.
He if he never didn't get hurt, he couldn't stay healthy. Couldn't stay healthy. I even
All
had
right,
his jersey, man.
so we
That's
got
how
a
much I like it.
couple more news. So again, this is going to be brought up in the body of the show, but we'll just cover it real quick. Obviously, the New York Knicks are going to the finals. They are on a historical run,
I mean,
but
somebody before the season started said they was it's the next season. I mean, who knew?
they are. Well, I think I just saw this last 11 wins. The point differential I think is 19.4, which is like an
If it's a
all-time playoff
closeout
record.
game, if it's a closeout game, you're playing the Knicks, you're gonna get your ass whipped. Bottom
That's how it's gone.
line.
That's
You
right. Yeah,
get your ass.
Gastineau dabbled in fights. I think McGuire did not McGuire. Who was the guy that?
Cinco. Jose
Yeah,
Canseco?
Canseco. Right. Canseco. He did. Yeah. Yeah. So she must have missed that episode. She said, "Did you call the Knicks?" Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Mama Sweetie.
So yeah, I mean, again, they've influenced our topic for the day. But yeah, I mean, there's not much really to say. I mean, they killed the East, they dominated. They went down 2 games to 1 against the Hawks, and they haven't looked back since. So
Yeah, they haven't lost.
we'll get everybody's predictions and thoughts next week. Obviously, we don't know who they're playing yet, but do you give them a chance? Do you think they got a good shot? Maybe take the whole
They
thing, or
have a chance.
yeah,
I tell people every so often the NBA has a champion where nobody expected them to win. You know, I think their last one, I know that Pistons in 2004, everybody thought the Lakers was going to win. Everybody thinks San Antonio, okay, San Antonio, either one, whoever advanced, the Knicks are going to be underdogs. So, you know, and then Toronto, and what, 18? No,
yeah,
19 when they
yeah.
won. Nobody saw the Raptors winning. So here we come again. So I mean, of course they're gonna be underdogs, but hey, they got the best home crowd. So
Just I guess it'll be done before next week. Just give your thoughts and your final prediction on between Thunder and San Antonio.
I'm going with the world champs. I'm going with
Okay.
OKC. Um,
Do you think if they lose tonight, do you think it's over? You think they have to win the night?
if the Spurs lose,
I'm saying no. I'm saying if Thunder lose tonight in their building because it's in
no,
OKC.
no, no, no.
You don't think,
I'm
no? You
going
think
with
they'll win
I'm
two
going
straight?
with I'm going with the even though they're young, I'm going with the more experienced team. They went last year. I'm going with SGA. He's crafty. People crying about him. You know, always getting to the free throw line. Great players get through the free throw line. So he's an old school. He's a throwback, if for real.
So I did have right. I did have so we had again we've gotten feedback before. I'm actually all in. So I got some WNBA stuff it's funny because like again, I talk about a little bit on Facebook, so the algorithm, so I'm getting all this stuff on WNBA now, and you see all these posts about how the Atlanta Dream or the number one team they've played 5 games. The season just started, and it's weird how the WNBA works too. Like Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark's team, they played. I think they last played Thursday or Friday, and they don't play again until this Thursday. Like
Yeah,
what's going?
I can never figure out their schedule because I like to watch the Mystics when they play. You know,
And it's they're not
and
they're
I like
on
to watch
TV way
Caitlin Clark
more,
too.
but they're not always on TV either.
Right.
Clark's always on TV, but and again, like if you look at like the number 7 team, they got 7 games played already, and the Dreams only got 5. Is what? I
Yeah.
know it'll all
Yeah.
even out, but
I watched Dallas versus who was that game Sunday or was it Saturday? That was a pretty good game. Um,
it's decent. I mean, again the dunking aside, if you like my father does, old school, pass the ball, move the ball around basketball. That's what they do. I mean, obviously they take shots and they take some people might heist a little bit, but it's more old school basketball. And I will say the more I watch it, the more I don't think about that they don't dunk
right. I
until it's a
mean,
fast break.
if you got a mind, if you get you're not going to see no high flyers.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah, and you can enjoy it. I like it because the intensity that they play with.
But when Clark literally shot a free throw on the logo, she was like her foot was on the midcourt logo in the middle of the game. The last time they played and made it. I mean, that's
I watched the highlight, man. She she might not. Pretty good. Everybody gonna say she's not the. I'm sorry, she's the best player. She's the ticket seller. She's the. I
I
mean,
don't know
she
if she's the
controls
best
the
player. That
game.
she definitely is.
Everybody say
Yeah.
Asia Wilson, but Asia Wilson needs a point guard to do what she does. So you know, Caitlin Clark controls the game. You know, I know that's a lot of people going, oh, she knows she is. And if anybody bring up Angel Reese, then I
Well,
don't.
that's a whole nother. I get a lot of algorithm on that too. It's hard to have, obviously I don't need to beat around. People know what I'm talking about if I say this, but it's hard to have a real conversation with anyone about Clark or Reese because it just turns into something that it shouldn't. But
Right.
yeah, I mean she's doing fine. What her job is, she does it well. She's very good at getting
Yeah.
rebounds. Some of
She's
them
a
are her.
rebounder.
Some
I
of them are
said
her
she's Dennis
rebounds.
Rodman.
Yeah, if you
She's Dennis
watch,
Rodman. She's rebounds and she plays good defense. And there's
yeah.
nothing wrong with calling her Dennis Rodman. That is not an insult, you know. But when people try to compare her skill set to Caitlin, I mean, come on, man. Do
Yeah,
you
they're
even?
different players.
It's,
I know the
it's,
media tried to create a bird and magic thing, but it's just not. Although I will say the Dream play the Fever, I think like in a week or two, and if their records are still close, it'll probably break. It'll probably be huge numbers for the WNBA. So it's still that's still out there that their thing. But right now, Clayton Clark's on an MVP trajectory. There we go. Um, that's why we get big bucks here because we speak. I know how to say it. But yeah, so Perry says, think the schedule even out better once Cleveland, Detroit, and Philly join. Yeah, I'm assuming that's part of it. What it is, they don't have a whole lot of teams, so the way it's got to be structured like that, it's just weird that we're watching NBA hockey and NBA and NHL playoff, and then they play every other day, and then the whole league, and it's one team doesn't play for like 6 days. It's just weird, but
Did they play what 30 games? I think 30, 32 games or something like that.
I think when I
I,
was talking to my dad about it, he said 40. I couldn't tell you, but
I agree with
so
you, Terry. Yeah, Paige. Yeah, I like watching her too, Paige Beckett.
So we're getting us
I
comments.
like her swag.
So
Mhm.
Perry's obviously a WNBA fan, and you know, when the summer hits, we'll talk more about WNBA because there won't be too much more to talk about. We'll maybe talk a little bit about baseball, but again, even in the summer, baseball's still 1,000 games to play before it gets to anything meaningless. So it's but there might be a little baseball coming up in a minute. I promised someone if something happened, I will cover baseball in a certain segment that he's been asking since the season started, which I don't know why, but it might be coming in a few minutes. I have to check on one more thing before the segment gets here. But
All
and
right.
so you talked about Aja still. Yeah, I mean we'll see how that goes. So yeah, Perry's a big WNBA fan, so we know who to talk to when we want to talk about that.
Yeah. So, Perry, you got to come on when we talk WNBA. We call it WNBA 101. We got NBA 101 or basketball 101. You can. We have a new subject.
Yeah, so my uncle brought up. I actually watched this game. Sonia Citron, she stuck out when I watched the Mystics game. She's good, and then she did hit a half court shot to win the game, but it was a decent amount of time after the buzzer went off. Like it was obvious it didn't count, but she nailed it. It would have won the game if she'd have shot it off a little sooner. But so we got just one more thing to cover before we do flying high and deep freeze. I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, and it wasn't necessarily just to poke at you. I just wanted your honest opinion on this. So this is let me take all the banners off so we can see everything. So this is just something that popped up. Again, all this stuff pops up. We send each other this stuff all the time. Uh, so I so this is somebody's opinion from Fox NFL offensive tiers. And if you look where your team is, they are all the way at the bottom. Now, I'm not sure
Yeah.
why you're at the bottom of offensive tiers. Because you're oh I'm sorry, defense. I'm saying offense.
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah. I
Is
mean,
your defense that bad? Do you think it should be at the very bottom with as you see the teams they are with, nobody thinks any of those
yes.
teams are gonna win more than four. So you think your defense
The
is that
last
bad.
2
Okay.
years, yes. Our defense was trash. And I'm being polite when I say trash. It's the stuff that's under the trash can. That's our defense. If we can crack the top 20 this year, I'll be happy.
Real
You
quick before
know,
real quick, we got a quick plug. I can't talk b-ball outside of nothing but net Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern time. We'll give you that little plug. Hey, but you come on and promote yourself. I mean, we have a lot of the
yeah.
same. We have a lot of the same viewers, but there's people that watch this show that may not watch your show. And so we have Matty Ice on from Puck U, and we have Josh on. That's actually part of another network. So hey, maybe you come on our show. Maybe we get one, maybe two more viewers for nothing but net. Never know. Might be
Yeah.
worth it.
Time.
So yeah, I'm at Buffalo Bills on
Where's the
defense.
Bills? I'm looking for the bit. Where's the Buffalo? I
So
don't.
they're
Where's
in
the Buffalo?
competitive with a big group of teams.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. I
Honestly,
see
I
it.
don't know what their defense is going to be without McDermott. So
Hmm.
they got an
I
offensive
mean,
minded coach now.
I agree with that. Philly, Broncos, Seattle, Texans. Bet the under. That's good. Pittsburgh. Cleveland. Yeah, even though they're sorry, but
With their
their defense is
defenses.
like that. Yeah. Uh. Okay. I agree with that.
All right. So before we get to our topic, let's do the hottest segment in all of sports, especially sideline junkie sports.
Hmm.
We got to get some kind of music cue or something for it. So let's see who's flying high this week.
Wow.
So he's been asking, let me double check. I got to check something real quick on my app for a score. Okay, it is the bottom of the second, and the Nationals are up 4-0. So with that, he's been asking me since the baseball season started, why are the Nationals flying high? They've won one game, they've won two, but they've won 3 games in a
Let me
row.
guess who it is. Let me guess who it is.
Yeah, take a guess.
Gotta be Harry.
Yeah. So they've won 3 games in a row, two over the Atlanta Braves. They beat the Guardians last or yesterday, and they are already up 4-0 as I check my ticker. In the bottom of
Aren't
the
they
second.
500? Aren't they playing
They are
500 ball?
and they are above 500. They are 28 and 27. They are in second place behind the Braves, so they are hot, and according to him, they are very young. So
My
I'm up.
father watches every Nationals game.
Oh, so I swear I didn't see this because she just said, "Where's my comment?" Or him. That's flying high right now. Score 4-0. Put them in the plane because I told him last night. I said if they're winning before I start the segment, I'll have them flying high. But if they're losing, it's not going to matter. So I already had it
Let's
ready to
go
go.
Nats. Let's go Nats.
So yeah, they're again. If I again I don't follow baseball, but if they got this super young team, I will say I follow. So if you have the ESPN app on your phone or anything, you can you know tell who your favorite teams are. So obviously Buffalo, but then I do the Commanders, Rams for my family. I don't do Steelers. And then I do the Wizards and the Caps and the Nationals for him. And so I see the scores all the time. And every time
Hmm.
the scores pop up, they'll have like 5 or 6 runs, but they don't give up 9 or 10. I mean, they score. So, and
They
they're
don't
still
have the
scoring.
they don't have the pitching right now. So
Yes, they have one of the best offenses in baseball. That's the way it looks. Again, I don't really follow baseball. I mean, I keep an eye on scores and keep an eye on stats because obviously we're gonna have to talk about it eventually. But every time I see a score, look down at a score, they usually got a good amount of runs, but they don't always win. So if they're up 4-0, which normally you would think that's okay, but they can still lose. But hey, they're hot. They might win 4 in a row after today. So finally, here you go. They're on flying high.
I
Uh,
need the human Google to do the human Google. When was the last time the Nats were 2 games above 500?
I think it popped up. I want to say it was. I thought I saw 22,
Oh,
2022. Maybe I'm just making that up, but it.
4 years.
Yes.
That's
All right.
good.
So obviously the Knicks. Nobody's flying more high right now in the NBA. Whether you think they're the better team than the two that are still playing. I know some people were talking about on other shows. They're predicting if the Spurs and the Thunder have a knockdown, drag out 7-game series, that could really benefit the Knicks too. So, and then Jalen Brunson, also he won conference MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really means anything at the end of the day, but he still has it. So
Oh, well, if LeBron won it, they would throw a parade. Yeah.
I didn't even say that to set that up, but hey. Uh,
Also, not called the LeBron James Award. Actually, I think it's called the Larry Bird Award. Harry, I
the
think
who's
so. I think so. I think so. I think it's
and
the
the
Larry Bird Award. I don't know.
Wimby and the Spurs is going to be no joke. Yeah, even if they don't win this one, I mean, a lot of people think he's the new guy. It's funny. I don't know. That was a basketball thing. Like they're already talking about like goat. I mean, obviously he's not the goat, but you know,
They
if,
need
if
to stop, man. Really.
I guess we do it in football too. But
I love Wemby, man, but that goat shit. That yeah. Calm it down right now.
I mean, he is very unique in his what he can
Oh,
do for
he's
his
different.
size. Yeah, but I joke, but it's not really a joke though. Every time he jumps up in the air and he comes down on them little legs, I don't know how. I mean, it's scary. I just remember all the videos you watch and stuff of Bowie, the guy that was drafted above
Fat
Jordan,
boy.
and his legs couldn't hold up. I know that Wimby doesn't have a massive upper body or anything, but his legs they look so tiny. I don't know.
He has to.
And he plays 40
I'm not
minutes, then
gonna
he not?
say he would. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't be as good, but they would kill him in the '90s, in the '80s and '90s. They would break him like, his all of this would be bruised, you know. And he's already falling on the floor all the time.
So he says East is Larry Bird Award and the West is Magic. If that's true, that's cool. I mean, I believe him.
Leave it to the human Google.
Thank you, Lee. I saved the GOAT topic for anyone post career. Yeah, it's like people are. I just saw if we go back to the WNBA real quick, Perry. Somebody posted something. It's called the WNBA shit talking Facebook page, so whatever. But somebody posted a picture of Aja Wilson and her rings. They're like, Caitlin Clark fans wish Caitlin Clark's been in the NBA for 2 years. Like, what are we talking about?
They just love to hate on Caitlin, man. They love to hate on her.
All
Instead
right,
of
but
embracing her, you know, and what she's done for the league,
that's
they
a
hate on
woman. That's a woman thing, by the way. Not not
her.
not not that we talk about personal stuff, but my wife and us we have a hair salon, and I'm starting to be more involved, and it's all women
Oh,
employees. Yeah, women together is a little different. I just anyway.
oh.
But it's like 90 degrees outside, right? But in here, it's cold.
Woo! Look at that. I like that.
You like that?
I
I've
like
had it for
that.
a while. I just haven't used it. I've had it for a while.
Yes. I need a T-shirt with that on. Open up the door.
Yeah,
Feel the
we'll have to look
coolness
into the
coming.
t-shirts. Yeah.
Feel it. I know you're getting cold. I know you feel that freeze.
Let me. So this is a new freezer that I've had for a while. I haven't used. Let me
Let me
change
see it.
our. There we go.
Okay. Okay.
Now
I
when
like. I like.
I sent these to Brian Jr. and he didn't like the stuff in the background, but I like the Lee ice on top of the lid.
Yeah, the
So
Lee Ice on top. I
it's
like that.
hard. It's hard to get him to come out with not being in like but that one that we always use is like the one that came out with no where it's by itself.
Mm. All right, let's start it. First, let me say this. I don't give a damn who you support in politics or whatever. I don't give a damn, okay? Let me just say that. But I got to put Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter in the freezer. Jackson Dart, you are not only a quarterback in the NFL, you are the quarterback of the New York Giants. New York, the Big Apple. Like I said, I don't care who you support, but think first. Think before what you did. Okay, you want to endorse Trump, cool. I don't give a damn. But you know that's going to come with some backlash. You got to know this. It's not good for your team. And then Abdul Carter, you follow the shit up by posting something dumb as shit. So now, before the season even starts, their team is in turmoil. I'm telling you, their team is done already. Their team is done already. I'm trying to tell you. I already told you that's not a good fit with Harbaugh going there. This is going to make it worse, okay? This is going to make it worse. So both of y'all go in the freezer together. Put that damn MMA shit up there.
I was just heading back to the because I knew it was coming. Oh wait, that's not it. Hold on. I got so well that's for later. I got so much. Oh, I took it down. Hold on. Go ahead. I got it. Just go ahead.
Yeah, the MMA, the celebrity boxing, whatever all that shit is, with celebrities and actors and
Well, hold
singers
on. Wait,
and
hold on. Say that again. Celebrities for some of them. Celebrities.
it's actors, singers, football players, we gotta stop this bullshit, man. This is Michael Beasley and Deshaun Stevenson. I mean, why? Why are we doing? Why do we put people like this in the ring?
Need that
You know,
paycheck.
it goes all the way back to Tanya Harding. You know what I'm saying? One time they had Manute Bowl versus the Fridge.
I remember that was a thing. Celebrity boxing with Danny Bonaducci was doing it,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Ray J, he got his ass. I mean, can we please get rid of this bullshit? I mean, who watches this?
I
Who
mean, well,
comes?
I'm looking at the bottom. It's on YouTube, Twitch. So nobody picked it up. It wasn't on anything. They just
But
put it together and put it
who
out
is
there.
coming up with this bullshit? Yeah, we're gonna put AJ in the ring versus a comedian. What's his name again?
Uh,
Super
super.
Hot
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah. Not super. Super hot
Oh,
fire.
my
There you
bad.
go.
Super Hot
Yeah.
Fire
There you
and
go.
Ray J. I mean, Ray J. I don't know what the hell been wrong with him the last couple of years. And to go in and get your brains beat out, come. I mean, God. Whatever this is, can we please stop? Please. That
Let me
goes way deep in the freezer,
Yeah,
okay?
hold on, real quick. Let me just be devil's advocate just for 1 second. Not that I don't disagree with you, just to be devil's advocate. Ray J and Super Hot Fire is bad and it's not the same. But didn't we all watch Mike Tyson, Jake Paul? We did. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, it's
I know
not
it's not exact, but it's a 60-year-old Mike Tyson technically fighting a YouTuber. So
okay.
we all
Yeah, I
watched it.
mean, yeah, that goes a part of it too. All that bull, just man, who is putting this shit together, man?
Now they had $100 million thrown at them, so that's a little different. This is just some backyard thing that was put together that but again, like Perry just said, the clip went viral and we're talking about it. So
I'm talking because it's so stupid. I mean, it's so dumb. They first of all, they can't fight, you know, and please, women, don't take this wrong, but the men get in there and they fighting like girls. You know, what is that, man? All right, last but not least, the Cleveland Cavaliers just I mean,
Yeah.
where do I start? First of all, you get your ass whooped at home in a closeout game by 30, well, I think 37. Then your dumbass coach, Kenny Atkinson, they was down 3-0. You know what he said? Did you hear
I
what he
saw it.
said?
I saw it.
Now what was the word you had? You had the piece. I'm gonna say this word
Yeah.
slowly. They down 3-0. 3-0. He said, but we're winning analytically.
Analytically, I don't even
What
know what
kind
that.
what kind of dumbass shit is that? You're down 3-0 and he would have been fired right there. You know what?
Well, did you see the follow up? Not exactly in the same realm, but again, I'm ignorant on names. My memory is bad for different reasons. But they're not Harden, but the other star player for that team. He was making in a press conference. He was talking about Harden, and he
Mhm.
said that Harden has transcended basketball.
He has. Yeah, he really has. And I'm about, yeah.
But
Although he was
I don't
already
think the
in
way you're going to mean it is the way he meant it. But
although he was already in the freezer, this man might not ever come out the freezer.
Hall of Fame.
James
I'm about to
Harden.
make a Hall of Fame freezer.
He is, yeah, we need a Hall of Fame freezer because this guy, and all of y'all who got on me when they made the trade, and I told y'all when it count, this guy was going to disappear. And what did he do? Right on cue. Just like the leaves in the fall, they fall, just like James. This man had 21 field goals and 17 turnovers in the Eastern Conference Finals. 17. That's your point guard. Oh, Cleveland, they're going to be good. And I said it. We have a clip. I said, when was the last time James Harden showed up in a playoff game? I mean, and when it counted? How about never? And if they re-sign this fool, they deserve to lose every game they play next year. James Harden, you was already in the freezer with Kevin Durant, with Joel Embiid. Did I hit it? Did I not? Let me pat myself on the back. I got to pat. Everybody I told y'all in the freezer for the playoff played right on out.
And
Cleveland.
he also said that he said in the press conference that they're the better team. The Cavaliers are.
Yeah. I think we're the better team. I still think we're the better. You're the better team, but you get swept. I
As
mean, you
soon as
didn't
they
lose
lost that
40.
first game, as soon
You
as they
didn't lose
lost that
40.
first game, it was over.
I mean, once they lost that, they were done.
Yeah, they were done. All right,
That's
you got
it.
any more?
That's
Can't
it,
top.
man. I
Say
mean,
can't top that, right?
and their fans. I mean, anybody support James Harden? All of y'all that was talking about James Harden, yeah, get your ass in the freezer. Oh, hold on, I got one more.
Oh, sure.
All them people on ESPN, and you can go back and look at the clip when they all said it was a terrible trade when the Knicks traded for Jalen Bronson. Now look at him. He getting ready to play for an NBA championship. They all look stupid. All of them. Wendy, Stephen A. Smith, uh, my man Tim Legler, all of them. All of them. Oh, this is a terrible trade. What are they doing? What are they yeah. He's playing for a championship now.
All right, so human Google. But Perry's got a lot of things to say too, but they actually have to re-sign him because they gave up Darius Garland.
They don't have to re-sign him. Why would you?
LeBron's
Why?
coming. LeBron's coming home
Oh, he
again.
ain't. I heard he ain't taking no discount.
Oh yeah, that was reported today. I was going to pull that. Whole Cleveland team played soft. Was that you ever see?
That's being nice.
I know you've seen that Kobe gif meme where he's shaking his head and then he yells soft. You've ever seen that gif?
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right, so we got a lot of comments coming in. That's good. Harden, he says Harden has player option. I don't even know what that means, but basketball. So all the contracts are so different than they are football. So we
Cleveland,
got,
he should get the help. Anybody that's saying James Harden just you don't want to win. So
all right, so going back real quick. So I was close. 2021 is the last time the Nats have been above 500. So yeah, so it's a big deal.
5 years. Think
So two
about that.
years after they won the World Series, they have been above 500 for 5.
5 years. But they flying high
Hey,
this week.
let's make sure they still are. It's still 4-0. All right, all right. So we go.
I'm rooting for the Nats. I'll root for you.
I don't usually do this, and not that we can't do this for each other's segments, but you don't usually have a flying high, and I don't usually have a deep freezer. But when you said something about ESPN, something just clicked in my head. I sent this to my son a couple days ago. I don't know if she works for ESPN, but she's on. I think she's on ESPN. And there's always a stigma about women, about sports, and talking about sports. And hey, I don't mind it. If your take is good, your take is good. But for this take, you got to be in the freezer. Mina Kimes is top 10 quarterbacks. Now, maybe this is old. I don't know, but I just saw it, it popped up. She got Matt Stafford 10. She got Drake May 5. How
You
do you even
got
explain?
Dak Prescott over
Well, that's
Matthew Stafford.
but how do you even explain? How do you explain that? Well, Stafford's old. He just won the MVP.
He just won the. I hope this is old. I hope this is not coming into this year.
How can it be old if Drake May's 5? It can't be old.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized with Drake May being 5, it can't be old. And then you can argue the top 4. You can say Mahomes is hurt and he hasn't played a great
Look who's number 8. Look who's number 8.
Yeah. Dak puts up numbers, but he doesn't win. Josh and Lamar have MVPs in numbers, but they don't. Josh can win some games, but can't get it done. Joe Burrow hasn't been a plus 2022. There's all things to break down. That's not what we're doing. But there's no explanation that anyone who knows anything about football can explain how Matt Stafford is 10. You can't. You can't do it.
She has Caleb Williams in there and Drake May. I mean, okay.
Where's JD 6? I'm assuming that JD 5. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, again, he'll. I guess because of the injury, and you just don't know. I know Mahomes is still 1, but I would have. I would probably put Daniels above. Caleb.
I'm putting Daniels above May, Herbert, Prescott, Love, and Caleb. Yeah.
Caleb had some crazy moments, but again, if you look at him just statistically, it's not great. But he's got these big moments, and he's got these big fourth quarter things. Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. The Herbert thing, like I got a couple years ago, but it's been 6 seasons, and he not only does he not do it, he can't do anything in the playoffs, like absolutely nothing. And his numbers, he had these big numbers in the very beginning, but now his numbers are just like everybody else's. So there's nothing there anymore to him, I guess, but potential. But again, we're going into the 7th season.
Yeah, it's time for him to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah. So. People can talk about like Josh Allen, he can't. Josh Allen has 8 playoff wins. Justin Herbert has 0. Lamar Jackson's got his big struggles in the playoffs, but he's still got 3 wins and he's been to a championship game. Justin Herbert, his biggest accomplishment in the playoffs is having a big lead and losing it to Trevor Lawrence. That's what he's known for in the playoffs.
I like Justin Herbert though.
So yeah, so Mina Kimes.
I can't defend him no more, nephew. I can't defend him no more. So.
All right. So again, we'll talk about this kind of stuff when we get closer to the football season. I got a lot of thoughts on this because again, I argue online all the time about Lamar and Drake May and Josh Allen and all that stuff. Lamar Jackson is a James Harden of the NFL. We'll just put that out there. We'll cover that in the next coming weeks. We'll probably do a whole discussion about that. But Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are going to come up a lot in our next topic. Real quick, Jane Daniels not better than Drake May. Come on now. I mean, he was after the rookie year. He wasn't technically this year because of injury. But
the man was hurt last year. What do people? They kill me with that shit.
I have a whole.
Good year. He was hurt.
Yeah. I had a long conversation with my dad. Comes over every Monday to watch wrestling. I had a whole conversation with him about the Drake May stuff. Again, we'll cover all that. I mean, maybe because I'm a Bills fan, but I think for Patriots fans, reality is going to set in at the end of the year. I'm not saying Drake May's not a good quarterback. He is. But I think that where he was in his rookie year, which was not good, to where he was in the playoffs, which was not good. I know they got to the Super Bowl. Look at his numbers. Watch the games. He was terrible in every game. And then the season that he had where he was runner-up at MVP, I know most Patriots fans think that he's going to be the MVP guy and then even better. I don't think that. And if you think
he was hurt in the playoffs. So
who, May?
He wasn't healthy in the playoffs.
Either was who was.
He had a bad will. He couldn't run.
Josh Allen had a broken foot. He got surgery the day after the Broncos game.
I mean, yeah. Josh Allen had more. He got more to prove. I
Josh
mean,
Allen had more touchdowns in 2 playoff games than Drake May had in 4. Anyway, but again, that's a conversation for another day. The Sunday, were you watching was I watching not to be a wrestling snob, it's more for it, but I don't watch AEW. I've watched it before. I know what's going on. I pay attention to it because it's wrestling, whatever. But it just doesn't appeal to me. I've told the story on multiple different shows, but I was in the hospital with lymphoma, and I was in the hospital long periods of time, weeks at a time. And what would help me get through the day was having something to watch on TV. So I was in it for football season. So if there was a game on Mondays, it got Raw. Fridays got SmackDown. So Wednesdays had AEW Dynamite, and I watched a couple of AEWs, and it wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. And so I don't really follow AEW. I know WWE is not great right now either. I have a Pacific wrestler that I like, LA Knight. Yeah, and I like watching him. So, but AEW is just not for me. I know the
I
matches are
turned
supposed
on
to
the
be
other
great.
night, and I
Yeah,
saw NWA. I didn't even know the NWA was back.
yeah,
And then they
yeah,
had
yeah.
that announcer on there. I thought it was Jim Ross. He sounds just like Jim Ross. Is Jim
Jim
Ross?
Ross. Jim Ross is on. He's a commentator on AEW. So is Tony Schiavone and all. Yeah.
That was a guy that sounded like Jim Ross on
Oh,
NWA.
NWA. Okay. I mean, it could.
Yeah.
And Ross does work with AEW too, so it could have been. Yeah,
Okay.
NWA Power Hour or something they have. I'm pretty sure Billy Corgan, the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins from the '90s, owns the NWA.
What's his name?
Billy Corgan, or he's
Yes,
involved
I
in
think
it or
yeah.
something.
Because I looked it up. I was like, damn, when did the NWA come back?
All right, so we're
It
just
was,
getting comments.
it
It's
was,
going to cause. We're ne-
I couldn't get into it.
we're never going to get to our topic. Sam Darnold is better than Lamar Jackson. Again, I got a whole lot of thoughts because he won a Super Bowl. So did Brad Johnson. That doesn't mean anything. But we again, I don't want to get into all that because we got a topic we're going to get to. We advertised it. This is stuff that we will talk about in the summer. We don't have a whole lot of sports to talk about. We can have all these kind of conversations, and we can bring people on, and we can do this. That'd be great because I can get way more into the weeds with the football stuff than I can with the basketball stuff. But yeah, I'll say it this way: if the Seattle Seahawks owner got a phone call and they said, "We'll trade you Lamar Jackson for Sam Darnold straight up," the Seahawks would say, "Absolutely right away." If the Seahawks called the Ravens and they told the Ravens, "We'll trade you Sam Darnold for Lamar Jackson straight up," the Ravens would say, "No."
They wouldn't
So,
even say no. They just hang up.
all right, so there you go. Anyway, all right, so let's take a quick break. We'll come back with our topic. It's a topic near and dear to my heart. Which cities, which fan bases, how would
Players.
they? Who needs
Yeah.
a title the most? I think it's kind of obvious what city and fan base that is, but
Good.
we'll find out. I'm gonna make sure I play the right one. We got to hear the song. There we go.
You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on. You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on.
All right.
You're gonna hear that on the radio one day. Watch.
So just real quick, before we move on topic, because I have these arguments all the time on Facebook. It's just fun to have it. I can talk about it. He said Lamar hasn't made it to a Super Bowl. That's true. That's a good point. So if that, and again, I know Ricardo's your buddy, right? And this is all in fun and games, but if that's your argument, then you're saying Rex Grossman is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Phillip Rivers. If that's your argument, Sam Darnold is better than Lamar Jackson because he went to a Super Bowl and he won one too. That means Rex Grossman was the best quarterback of the year that he went to the Super Bowl. I mean,
Oh yeah.
if you want to really break it down, fine, we can have an actual argument. But if your conversation is because Sam Darnold went to a Super Bowl, he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson, then that means Rex Grossman is better than a bunch of names that I just named. And we all know he's not, so that can't be your argument.
I mean, we could go on and on with that one. Like you said, Brad Johnson, Mark Rippon. I'm a diehard Redskins fan, but I know the real deal about Mark Rippon. You know,
So it's we got Wisconsin family watching. All right, so my uncle's into the topic. So I pulled a bunch of different pictures, a bunch of
hmm
different things, because this convo can go a couple different ways. So
so
you
tell the
presented
audience
it.
what our topic is.
All right, so you've sent it to me with the Knicks going in, and you know what that's going to mean to the city and the fan base if they win a championship. They haven't won in some 40 years. Like, what would be some of the biggest either fan bases or teams or players if they were to win a championship? So real quick on the comments. Yeah, I have the Browns as one of the up there. Obviously, they've never even been to a Super Bowl, so even if they were to get to one, I know they have the autogram era, but pretty safe to say anybody watching our show won around for the autogram era. So that's and then
But
followed by the Lion.
they're one of the most historic franchises in the NFL. And if the Browns were ever to win a Super Bowl, that city would go crazy. You know.
So let me put so I these pictures I have so many. Let me find the one. Like I said, they all go to this topic. My mom's asking about the bill. Yes, I know the Bills ticket prices are crazy insane because of the new stadium. Yeah, I know. Hey, what are you gonna do? Everything's crazy right now. Gas is $5 a gallon, is it not? All right, so this is a picture of the top 25 players to never win a wing. So obviously, most of these guys aren't around anymore to do it. But if you see 24, Lamar Jackson. So, and I think Allen should probably be on this list too, or he's right there. So for players like Lamar and Allen would really help them submit their legacy. They're already most likely going to both be Hall of Famers. Lamar's a two-time MVP. But if they don't win, if they don't even go, that's going to be a stigma that carries on them. I mean, Marino is still living that to this day, but his numbers were so godly that he almost gets away with it.
If
But
Moreno would have just won one
he would
championship,
be in the GOAT argument. He would be in
he
the
would be in
yeah,
a GOAT argument.
yeah.
He would. If Jim Kelly would win one or two,
It would help. Yeah,
Who else
if
is
he went
going
to
to go to
four,
four straight Super Bowls? That's not going to happen again.
that's a good point
You
with
know.
Cleveland. Cleveland wins anything. I mean, LeBron did it once.
I mean,
But
LeBron broke but the Browns, as far as their history, being one of the all-time NFL teams.
I have a team one, I think, right? No, where's my team
But
one? I doubled down
staying
on
in
it.
the NBA, who else I got?
There we
I
go.
got
Here we
the
go.
Patriots.
This
Okay.
is what I was looking for. So this was a top 10 list. I just randomly just pulled different stuff. So here's teams that haven't won. It's weird that the
The New
Browns aren't
York
on
team
there,
is that.
but this might be like just what they are now. I see obviously like Duke is on there. So
Yeah,
this is
Buffalo wins a title. That town, yeah, I got them second on my NFL. No, I got them first on my NFL teams.
yeah, I don't think how you couldn't.
I got
Them in Cleveland.
Buffalo and the Vikings. I actually got the Browns third because they never been, but and
If they
they
were to
ain't
just
even been
go, it would
close.
be yeah.
They haven't even been close lately.
When
So
Detroit went to the championship game a few years ago, I mean, it was such a
right.
massive deal.
And then I got teams that even though they have won, but if they won again, their cities and towns. Of course, the Commanders,
Yeah,
and the Cowboys. Even though
yes.
I don't want to see them. But if they do, Lord have mercy. Could
That's
you
immediate
imagine?
thing to it. Yeah.
Oh, good. And the Jets, poor Jet fans. I mean,
It's funny because I have argument again. I'm in like AFC East pages and we go back and forth. Jets fans are usually quiet because even though they have a Super Bowl, they still what are the Jets going to talk about? But like Dolphin fans will talk trash because they had a perfect season and they won two Super Bowls. That's true, but almost everyone that's just says about that they weren't alive when it happened. So to me that's not their fandom. Their
yeah.
if you're my age or younger than me or even a little older than me, your fandom is 26 years of no playoff wins. That's your Dolphins team.
Well, And yeah, man, like Cowboys. I mean, we broke it going to the NFC Championship, but
Right.
before that, it was 30 years for us.
Yeah.
You know, and Cowboys has been 30 plus now.
Wait, the
Yeah.
Cowboys haven't been to a championship game in 30 years? You would think all the media hype, and they've had Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. They've never been to the championship game?
No,
Wow, I didn't.
yeah, 37 years.
It's funny
Like
because
you said, you would think they have that. You would think they'd have won 5 Super Bowls since then.
I've been in an NFC. I'm also in an NFC East rivalry page just because it's fun to watch Dallas and Eagles fans go back and forth. Dallas fans always try to troll the Eagles because they've only won 2 Super Bowls in 60 years. Yet they've won 2 in like the last 10. And Dallas has done nothing in 30. So it's so funny to
Look,
watch these people.
I do the same to Eagles fans too. I say, remember, y'all still are last in the division when it comes to Super Bowl.
But again, but even for you, like I know the Eagles blew you out, but you've just been to a championship game.
Right.
Dallas's biggest thing was when Romo finally won a playoff game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I said my quarterback, Dak Prescott. I said my quarterback did in 1 year what your quarterback has yet to do in 10.
And you can't say he was carried by the defense. We just covered that.
Yeah, it wasn't carried by the defense. Another NBA, like it would be great. I think that's the greatest thing for the NBA right now for the Knicks to go to the championship. Whether they win it or not, who knows? But the Knicks fan base, you know, when they show the game on TV, I mean that crowd. There's no better crowd than that. That's like an NFL crowd.
Spike Lee and
you got everybody. Everybody's there. And all the old Knicks. I mean, but a lot of people don't talk about the Pacers, but if the Pacers won one, that'd be good for that city.
Yeah, because we get more of these memes. These are my favorite.
That'd be good. And of course, the home team, the Wizards.
Yeah, I have the Wizards written down. I mean,
The Wizards.
but are we so? It's funny because like, so the Nationals won in what 19, right? The Capitals won in 18, and then the Commanders went to this championship game last year. The Wizards.
Don't forget the Mystics won, I think,
right,
in 18.
right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and so the Wizards that I remember when they had Paul Pierce and they won like a playoff series. It was like a huge deal.
Yeah, when John Wall was it 17? Human Google, help us out. I think it was 17. And they took I think they took the Celtics to game 7. They was 1 win away from the Eastern Conference Finals, but John Wall got hurt. I think he hurt his wrist. And that was the closest they can get, you know.
Yeah, I was watching it during Brian Jr. was into it. We went to a game, not a playoff game. We went to a game. It was fun.
That's what I'm saying. When they're good, the city likes it. But
it doesn't even have to be that they have to be good though. They've been so bad. Like even if you can just like kind of be relevant and maybe look like you got a shot, but they're just so terrible. I mean, now next year they're going to be interest because of who they going to draft, who they picked up, especially if Anthony Davis, will play and all that. There'll be some buzz around it, and it's nice for the area because again, I'm not a fan of any really of the local teams. And when I used to work, and I worked in giant grocery store, and they had to deal with the Ravens, and have to have that crap all in my face all the time. It's nice to see Ovechkin. It's nice to see when we had Bryce Harper. It's nice. I'm tired of Lamar, and I'm tired of the Ravens because we don't get any Commanders and Redskins down here because of Baltimore.
Right.
But even with the Orioles, we still get national stuff down here too.
So I got the Wizards. I can't think of another NBA team. Maybe the Hornets. I just said
Charlotte.
Yeah. See, like if the Panthers win or the Hornets win, that'll be good.
Well, that would be good for the Michael Jordan argument because he's part owner, right? So if the Hornets can win a championship, then we have that for the GOAT argument now.
Oh yeah, he's a great owner. Yeah,
he won as an owner. He won as a player. He won as an elite Olympian. Yeah, we got all that now.
Yeah, that's why he's the GOAT. Yeah.
Hey, my dad likes to use that about Larry Bird. Larry Bird coached in the finals. He won like Coach of the Year or whatever he got.
Yeah, he got the Pacers to the finals.
Yeah.
He did. Then he was like, I'm out. He was out. He knew he probably wasn't going to win, though. In the NBA, this is going to surprise people. I got Wemby at the top of my list, even though he's only in his, second full season? It's because they're hyping him so much. You see what I'm saying? And if he don't win, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Wemby can't win the big one." I'm like, is he even 23 years old? How old is Wemby?
Yes.
And they already, you see what I'm saying? They already putting him in GOAT conversation. And you know what follows that? Can you win the big one? And that's bad. That's bad for him, man. But he's gonna be there. I got KD in there because really, I mean, they don't respect KD's championships like everybody else's championship. How he went there to join Steph and Golden State after they beat him. And I got Luka and Jimmy Butler. Luka, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's good. He puts up a lot of numbers, but he can't win the championship with him."
So my uncle said 22. That sounds about right for Wemby.
22. Yeah, I mean they putting too much pressure on him right now. Knicks dominated the Spurs this year.
I know a lot of people saying they match up better with the Spurs than they do the Thunder. So I mean, we'll see.
I mean, you think about it. I got old coaches like Bud Grant, your old coach Mar Levy, and Marty Schottenheimer. If they just win one Super Bowl, they consider. I mean, to me, they're great coaches anyway. But if they have that Super Bowl on their resume, that makes them even greater. You know what I mean? Like,
so Ricardo
is
said,
going to go to no team is going to go to 4 straight Super Bowls again.
I know. Well, we thought. I mean, we were getting close with the Chiefs, but it didn't happen. But
So,
Ricardo says something interesting. Just curious. I'm assuming he's saying this because their legacy is all tied to Jordan. Bulls need to win a championship. Is that just because they've only won with Jordan? But you can say that about the Patriots. Patriots fans want to say, "Oh, the Patriots way. All we do is win. It's in our culture." No. The Patriots have done nothing without Brady. I know they've been to 3 Super Bowls without Brady, and they got spanked in all 3 of them. Brady is the winning culture. Brady is the Patriots way. So I mean, okay. So he said, yeah. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if Bulls fans care. Do they care? I mean, I guess younger Bulls fans might care, but I know Patriots fans don't care that their legacy's wrapped up in one guy, or I guess 2 if you get with Belichick. But and then you can do
Belichick,
2.
like, isn't that people get on me because I don't think Belichick is the GOAT. But all you gotta do is check his record without Tom Brady. That's all you gotta do.
Well, I think after Brady and then the what happened with Mac Jones and that whole Skylar Thompson thing, and then him just abruptly leaving and then not going to another team, then going to college and all that. I think that all didn't help the argument. I don't know if you say it hurt him or did anything, but it doesn't help.
Check his record with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I know before. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, again, he did get a Super Bowl. He was a coach for Bledsoe, right? Was he the coach? Was he the coach when Bledsoe went, or no? Or he wasn't. Okay, that's right. He wasn't. Yeah, I knew
Parcells was the coach. I think he was on the staff. He was on the defensive staff. But
so I think Chicago fans should want the Bears don't win the championship over the Chicago Bulls. Just my opinion.
I got them too. I think the Bears. It's 40 years. It's been 40 years since they won. So yeah, I got the Bears, Cowboys, and Commanders.
And they're so historic too. I mean, the Bears won the first.
Yeah, they're the historic Chicago Bears. Yeah. I mean, Rex Grossman, he's better than Lamar Jackson's because he got to a Super Bowl, with the Bears.
All right, so we got a few comments. We'll probably go. I think the Tuesday night flights they're not coming until 8 tonight, so everybody knows. Stick around. We'll go. Yeah, we'll go a little longer. Marty is the man, and you're right. If he'd won at least one championship game, but I still feel he's deserving of the Hall of Fame. So he's not in the Hall of Fame. He didn't even.
That's crazy.
But I don't think he even get. He got the one championship game, right? He didn't even get to the Super Bowl. So
no, he got the 2. He got the back-to-back. No, he got the 3. He got there with the Chargers too. He got there with the Chargers. He got 2 with Cleveland.
He should be in the Hall of Fame just for this. Man.
Dan Reeves is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't get that.
Let's get the gleam. There's a gleam,
4
man.
Super Bowls? 4?
There's a gleam.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I hear Marty in the back.
Yeah, that's actually in here. This is in our studio that had been put in here by somebody else who on the network. I like it, so I left it in there. I knew we would use it for something.
There's
It's
a
not very
gleam.
loud, but- And then also, this is in here too. I don't know who put this in here.
How about them Cowboys?
I think Jerry Jones needs to win another one. You know?
I mean,
'Cause
technically, he
when
won
the other
without
one he
Jimmy
won,
Johnson. but-
everybody says, oh, he won it with Jimmy players, you know?
Right, I know that's the thing. He won it with the players.
He won it with Jimmy players. So
real quick, because you talked about coaches, my dad likes to have the Joe Gibbs conversation, and he is the only one. No, I feel like that Joe Gibbs isn't usually in the GOAT conversation, which he should be. He's got 3, and he's got. But people like to say, "Well, strike years." Who cares? Every team
that
had a
makes
shot
it
to win the
even
strike
better.
year.
Don't
Every
y'all
team had a shot to
dummies
win a
see
strike.
that makes it even better? He kept his team together.
Wasn't Don Shula coaching during the strike years? They didn't. Dolphins didn't win. So like, what? I don't understand that. I mean, maybe I don't understand the history of it. I don't know. But he won without the strike year too. He beat Buffalo in Buffalo's prime. Thurman Thomas was a reigning MVP and going into that Super Bowl. I mean,
Joe Gibbs is the greatest coach ever.
I'm not quite saying that, but
I will continue to say he made the playoffs with every single quarterback he had. Can any other coach say that? No. He made the playoffs with Todd Collins. You know who that is?
I know. Yes, he was the heir apparent to Jim Kelly. I don't know if you knew that.
Todd Collins.
Yeah.
He made the playoffs with Todd Collins, y'all. The great GOAT, Joe Gibbs.
Again, I'm not saying Gibbs, but he should obviously be in the conversation. 3 alone puts you in the conversation. And the fact that he is if you look at the quarterback, the coaches that are considered to be the GOAT, they all had a Hall of Fame superstar quarterback. He's the only one that doesn't. And not only did he not, now maybe Theismann maybe would have made the Hall of Fame. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He didn't.
He
He's
did.
not. Huh?
Yeah. He
But
ain't
he's
in the
not.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But to do it in that period, he did it in an 8-year period, 3 different quarterbacks, built around the line. And I know my dad, again, we can have another conversation about that. He believes the Hogs as a whole should be in the Hall of Fame. Like
They
have their
should.
own special thing. But
I agree. The Hawks should be in the Hall of Fame.
all right, so
I agree.
Small talks about so he was the coach, Schottenheimer, but it wasn't it wasn't Gerback.
No.
So
It was
it was Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
But he got
that's
hurt.
right. He got there with Kansas City. I forgot about that.
See,
so he got there with 3 different teams.
Now, Gerback maybe came in. I don't know, this a long time ago. But I know Montana started. I know that because it's an argument I like to use for Kelly. Jim Kelly beat John Elway to get to the Super Bowl, Dan Marino to get to the Super Bowl, and Joe Montana to get to the Super Bowl. But he lost to Jeff Hostetler
Mark Rippon.
and Mark Rippon. And Troy Aikman, who's a Hall of Famer, but a lot of people think he's overrated. Again, conversation for another day.
So, damn. Marty Schottenheimer should have. Yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Not as good as Chuck Noll. I'm assuming that's Schottenheimer he's talking about, or I don't know.
Well,
probably Gibbs. It's probably Gibbs. Maybe it's Gibbs. I don't know.
Chuck Noll had. I won't even go down that road. Because once all the Hall of Famers left, Chuck Noll was some garbage, and Joe Gibbs was 3-0 against Chuck Noll. Actually, he sent him into retirement.
And that's another thing I like to use for Marv Levy. Again, they won a Super Bowl, but only one coach, including Joe Gibbs, has a winning record over Don Shula, and that's Marv Levy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know they played a lot.
has a winning record over Shula. Let me see. 81, no, they lost. Super Bowl, they won.
Yeah, but Super Bowl, but I mean, it's some regular season games. I mean, obviously, Bills and Dolphins played all the time.
Okay.
But Bills and Dolphins played all the time because they're in the same division. But only one coach in the history of the NFL has got a winning, and it's a pretty decent.
Is he 100 years old yet?
Yeah, he sure is. Him and Dick Van Dyke hanging in there. Both might get to 101.
Oh man, Marv Levy.
See, we're getting into the Jordan argument for GOAT stuff. Noel never lost Super Bowl. That's true.
That's great.
But
No,
did
he
he?
had a Hall of Fame. He had a Hall of Fame quarterback. He had a Hall of Fame running back. He had 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers. He had a Hall of Fame center. He had a Hall of Fame defense. With Mean Joe Green and Mel Blunt and Jack Ham and I mean, I can go on and on. God damn, he should have been undefeated in the Super Bowl.
Now we've had comments coming in hot and fast this whole episode, so we don't have to. But
Yeah.
we're about to end the show in a few minutes, so let's get them last moment. Your girl should be commenting soon.
It's just
See,
time for the closer.
see if she keeps up with the kayfabe. Maybe she's not watching today. Yeah, we covered women's sports. We covered women's sports more often. Real quick, we can just discuss it on the air. So I just saw sounds stupid. The soccer thing, the the FIFA, the World Cup's starting in 2 weeks or 16 days. So I gotta I just noticed I left your freezer up there. So I got a soccer guy. You said you got a soccer guy, so we'll figure that out. But yeah, we'll talk about the World Cup. We'll have a guy
I'm
on
wearing a DC United hat.
I have a Washington Warthogs indoor soccer team. I might have a shirt of that somewhere from when I was a kid. Do you remember the Baltimore Blast indoor soccer team? Well, Washington had one called the Warthogs. They played at the Capitol Center. They used to give away tickets on Cheerios cereal. I remember we had tons of Cheerios in the house because you buy like a box of Cheerios and you get a free ticket. And we would go to Warhawks games all the time. I remember going to them all the time as a kid. They were a blast as a kid. And I felt, no pun intended.
Ask Harry about the Washington Diplomats.
Yeah, I don't know that one. You wouldn't be allowed to be called that now.
The Diplomats. Yeah, the Dips.
Ask Leroy about the tumblers, made him one. Oh, okay. So, we talked about the tumblers earlier. Sports tumblers?
The little,
doing a team? Yeah.
He made me a Commanders one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll talk. He's trying to do some plugs, get some sales. Yeah, we got that. We'll talk about it off air. I have I got lots of Buffalo stuff, so I'm always looking to add. Again, I think I've done this on the on other shows, but it's my little fridge up here. My Josh Allen Jacks, my hot sauce, all that different stuff. I put the tumbler right on up there.
Where's the Super Bowl trophy?
Yes. See. All right.
Tell me, nothing be better than a Commanders Bills Super Bowl this year.
And we weren't that far.
I thought it was going to happen last year.
I
really did. I thought it was going to happen last year, but my guy got hurt. So the Wave. Oh, what was they? What soccer team?
Who knows? Probably.
The Washington Wave. Whoa.
Indoor lacrosse. Hey.
Oh wow. Woo.
When it comes to lacrosse, the Buffalo Bandits, they're the best. They got like 4, they won like 3 or 4 in a row or something like that, owned by the Bills owner. That's the only reason I know.
Yeah, the Diplomats, the Washington Diplomats. I think Pele played for them for a little while. I think that was the last team he might have played for. The MLS, because he played for I know the New York had the Cosmos. I don't know. I'm going way back in my childhood. You know.
It's a professional lacrosse team played at the Cap Center, 85, 86. I'm sure Dad remembers that. Yeah.
I don't. The Wave?
Sounds like a lacrosse team, the Washington Wave. I know the DC Defenders.
Yeah.
And that the XFL, UFL.
They're the defending champs.
Are they? Yeah, there you go. See? Everybody's won but the Wizards, see?
It's time. Somebody said, what if LeBron come to the Wizards? Would you like that? Like, no.
I mean, it would be a huge deal for the area.
My worst nightmare is if he goes to Golden State. If he goes, I would just.
Oh, that would be good for the show. It'd be good for the network. You might be able to go viral if he goes to Golden State. I mean, we do have a clip on our TikTok that's got like thousands and thousands of views of you talking about LeBron. If he was to go to Golden State, we might be able to clip something and get it going viral.
If he goes to Golden State, Lord have mercy. Because they talking about that's one of the spots. He wouldn't do that. He has to be the man. You know, he knows that's Steph's territory.
Well, it's already come out that he said he's not going to take a pay cut or he's not going to take minimal or whatever. So that's already out the window.
Michael Jordan, when he played for the Wizards, he gave his whole salary 2 years in a row to charity.
Yeah, again, we talked about that during the GOAT talk. That was almost because he was in management with the Wizards, right? Wasn't it a publicity stunt to
Yeah,
sell
he was still
tickets?
the GM.
Yeah, he was selling
And
tickets.
LeBron fans were like, well, yeah, well, look what he's doing. He's 40 years old.
Hey, Tim, you didn't have to correct yourself. We wouldn't have known anyway. The only person that might know about the wave is my dad, and they're not commenting, so you're good.
What
All right,
happened? Did
man.
they fold? The indoor lacrosse league? I had
I
to
know.
fold.
I think it's so. Yeah, I said the bandits. I'm assuming it's outdoor. I don't know. Probably.
I
Didn't
thought
have
he said they
lacrosse
played
in
at the
the
Capitol
80s.
Center.
Yeah, but you imagine lacrosse in the 80s? I didn't even know that was a thing back then. I mean, it's its most popular it is now, and it's not popular now.
I just remember John Hopkins and another team always played for the championship back in that, back then. I don't know why, but
All right, so
you
you got
know
the
who they
two.
said was the great lacrosse player? Jim Brown. They say he was the greatest lacrosse player.
Well, if we ever have a goat conversation about everything, I know my dad likes to say Brown as well. He thinks Brown's a goat. I think in the NFL anyway, but I know he thinks Brown might be considered the goat. Period. I know he's a hard one to talk about because he only played so short, but he went out on top. I know it's an era that people don't like to look at, but
He just dominated. If you just
yeah,
walk, it's just yeah. Well, is it time to go? Time
yeah,
to catch a
time to go.
flight?
You got the Tuesday night flight coming up at 8 o'clock. So everybody that's watching, stick around, check them out. Next week we're gonna have Matty Ice on, and
They're going to preview the Stanley Cup Finals and the
yeah,
NBA Finals.
yep. So
So
that'll all be set, and people that watch Matty Ice's show know that he's a Hurricane fan. So I think
I got to send a shout out to Sarah and Aaron Judge. That's a little inside joke.
it's funny because they on their so I was watching some of their show because they were on before us today. That wasn't
Yeah.
the only reason I was watching, but they had a like their own like kind of flying high kind of thing, and they had the Guardians on there, which I thought was funny because
Oh, it's something like who's hot and who's not, right?
yeah, right, but
Yeah.
because the Guardians they're in first place and you know where they're at, and they're like he had the numbers up there. It was just funny that I saw that they were going to be on their thing when I have the Nationals on my flying high, partially reason because they beat the Guardians and they're let's check, still beating the Guardians. So
But that was funny. She had on the who's not Aaron Judge. And it took a while for me to she was talking about his looks. she's like, he's not hot.
oh, so literally hot and not. I'm sure the thousands of women he's been with would disagree, but
Oh,
I can only assume.
he's in New York, so of course he's not only hitting home runs on the field. So
All right, so real quick going out. No, so your girl's not commenting, but that's okay. But we'll go out on this. Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Wow. Okay. That's a. I think who they play is gonna be 6, but
And then we
I
got
remember
Maryland in the 70s called the Maryland Arrows. They were lacrosse. We're gonna have to start a lacrosse segment.
Good God, the Arrows. They definitely don't remember that. Where did they play?
I got some fond memories in the Capitol Center. It nothing to do with lacrosse though. With wrestling and warthogs and
I graduated from the Capitol Center. Yeah.
I think my uncle keeps commenting. Tim, pretty sure my dad kissed him, his brother during a game with Larry Bird. I think in the Cap Center. I'm pretty sure. That's always a story that they tell. He was so excited. Larry Bird made a shot. He grabbed him and kissed him. I'm pretty sure that was in the Capitol Center.
That's funny. The hit from French Lick. All right, y'all. It's been real. We got a Tuesday night flight to catch that's coming up with the Midnight Rider and the big guy KG. Oh, he said he did kiss him.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was putting stories together. I thought so. It's just kind of weird. They were so excited that they beat the Bullets, but maybe the Bullets were good back then. So
the Bullets were good in the 70s and the 80s. Well, no, not the 80s. They made the playoffs, but they always.
He said he tried to do it again, but He said he tried to do it again, but I dipped him the second time.
All right, Fly Guy, let's get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Thank everybody for tuning in. We leave you like we always leave you, whether you like it or don't like it. Damn it, you better learn to love it, because it's the best thing going. For the Fly Guy, I'm your favorite Unc Lee Ice on the Sideline Junkie Podcast Network. You have just watched Unapologetic Sports. We will see y'all back next week.